for me a great experience.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Like one thing is my maybe to speak the language, another thing is to know how to teach because I think teach is an art. It's not something that anyone could do like pretty well, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some people do not have that patience. Yeah.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
teacher.
Okay, yeah, so I think we can begin now. I was waiting for Christian, which is another student who say that's going to join us tonight, but let's see. Let's see if he decide to join at a certain point. So I'm going to share with you my screen as
Okay.
usual, you know. Okay. Aquí vamos. Here we go. Okay. So welcome again to the LILE online language community. The topic for this last session is illegal immigration. So in this class, our objective is actually to speak about using some vocabulary related to uh, illegal immigration, but focusing more in the situation between Mexico and the United States. So you will be able to give your opinion to maybe discuss a little bit with your partner. So let's see. Let's begin right now. Okay, so many of you receive a message that I sent to you on Skype, in which you could find a video and also, the pre-assignment, something like that, the listening that you have to do. So did you girls have the opportunity to do this exercise or not?
Yes, I did.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, that's
That guest worker program,
yeah.
I practice I this the mostly the most, but no, that's in all. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, that's good. No, it's okay. Then what was the reading about, Fanny?
The reading. Okay. The reading is about the Mississippi's guest worker program. It's about the program that the United States and Mexico want to organize in order to give work or job people Mexican people.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So Diana, do you have any other things to complement what
Well,
Fanny described?
yeah, well, the text was basically about how farmers usually hire illegal, well, some people might not be illegal, but mostly illegal immigrants from Mexico. Well, the farmers argues that they can know exactly which one is a legal citizen or not. Do the paper that certify that it's pretty easy to falsify. Um, and also because they save money because they pay less to these immigrants, to these illegal persons from Mexico. And they were talking about a program, the guest work, the guest worker program. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Guest worker program that it was like a kind of deal between Mexico and United States, in which basically some people can go to work without having the citizen, um, this, yeah, without being citizen from United States.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, there is lots of illegal immigration here in the state. Is because well, it's an issue because it's becoming something controversial. Like just the maybe the opinion that some political groups will have a in this topic. So
just
Right now, mhm.
if I may add something, it's just I guess well, and I think according to the text, all about that if someone can get the citizenship, they just like they don't have any kind of value inside of United States. I mean, they are not treated as as the same way that a citizen will be in the order that they get less money, for example, for the same job.
Yeah, that's right. So I have spoken with a friend. He's from Mexico and he got the citizenship because he had stood long time here. And he said that it was so difficult for him to get a job. Uh, and even so, he knew some people that were citizen here and they have the same career and they will find like easier job that him. So he says something that there are many stereotypes, uh, and some people do not welcome that well Mexican people or just immigrants.
Yes.
Especially Americans. They are pretty nationalistic.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
right. Yes.
well.
Yeah, like
I have my personal opinion to that, but okay.
excuse me.
No, it's just I have a personal opinion to that, but let's move on. Maybe you're going to ask that in the next.
Okay,
But
so
some people in the United States are agree with the some people are agree with the idea the maybe talk about the wall that Trump want to build. Hmm? But some people is agree about that, but another say that the Mexican people is a good worker.
mhm,
But they some people say they lie or maybe they want uh, I don't know the legal document about the people Mexican.
mhm, yeah.
Maybe some people defend Mexican people. Some people, United States, American people defend Mexican people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is pretty controversial. Everybody has like a different opinion about it. So, okay, yeah, maybe we can move on. So, as you see, there you can find some vocabulary related to the topic that we have already exposed. So, in this case, I'm going to describe some of the vocabulary that you can see here, and you will guess which one it is, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay, so somebody that works in farming, Dana.
Farmer.
Uh-huh. Someone who is visiting a country, Annie.
Visitor.
Visitor?
Uh-huh, that's right. Um, someone, okay, wait. Something that is acceptable by law,
No.
Legal.
Legal? Legal?
legal, right? Okay. Let's see. Someone who is living in a certain country.
Citizen?
Uh-huh, that's right. Someone who work for another person.
Worker?
Yes.
Worker?
Mhm. Okay, that's right. And something that uh, must be followed, like a rule.
Mm, I, I don't remember, sorry.
Law.
Yeah.
Flow? Okay.
Uh-huh. Pretty good. Uh-huh. That it is. Good job. Okay, now that you recognize the basic vocabulary for this topic, we are going to go ahead and go with the first question. So, ready, girls?
Okay.
O- Okay, so what do you think is the main reason why a wall between Mexico and USA is being built? Who wants to begin?
Me, teacher, sorry.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
Go ahead.
maybe what do you think is the main reason why? Okay, maybe a wall between Mexico and the United States is a way to control migration. That is need to cut illegal immigration, according to the Donald Trump.
Why do you
Because,
think they want to cut illegal immigration?
sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Why do you think they want to cut illegal immigration? Sorry.
I don't know, maybe to control the immigration. Maybe because some people work in the United States without legal documents, maybe.
Mhm. So do you think it can become a problem for North America people?
Yes, I think that because maybe the I think, in my opinion, the Mexican people. I know how I said that. Maybe how I said the Mexican people or United States people lost opportunities when the Mexican people enter to that country and the the law. I don't say and the any company. Maybe that's it. Is the Mexican
Mhm.
people enter to the company and the United States, the people, United States, American people lost opportunities.
Okay. So
That is my
Diana,
opinion.
Yes.
very good. So Diana, what do you think is the main reason why a wall between Mexico and USA is being built? And what do you think about what Fanny is saying? Do you agree with that too?
Well, I yes, I agree, and I think it's all about that. It's all about control immigration, illegal immigration, as she said, and also just United States wants to prevent that illegal immigrants get in into the country. That would be the main reason.
Yeah, that's right. So, which problem do you think can bring to have many illegal immigrants here in the state?
Which what? I'm sorry.
Problems.
Which problems? What? Can you repeat that, please?
Okay. Which problems do you think can bring to have many illegal workers here in the United States?
Which problems I think that many illegal on United States can have?
No.
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing you like completing. The audio sometimes goes off.
Yes, yes, teacher.
Okay, sorry. Is the weather is so no good tonight, sorry. So yeah, it was raining. So what I was saying and asking is that which problems do you think it brings to have many illegal immigrants here in the States?
Okay. I guess I get it now. I would say, well, for who? I mean, the problems will be for United States citizens from United States as a country. I would say that maybe. mm, the citizens, the legal citizens, will lose job opportunities because the work, the farmers and all the people that can hire, they will prefer to pay less to an illegal person than to a citizen. So they're going to lose job opportunities. I will say that that would be like the main problem. Yes.
Mhm. Okay, thank you.
Maybe it's a way to destabilizing the country.
Like in which file do you think, like economically or?
All economic, maybe the uh, convivencia. How say that?
No,
Coexistence.
not necessarily because some citizens from United States are kind of toxic, with all respect. I mean, they are the one who's just going shooting schools and goes and shooting everything. Uh, those shooter, they were United States legal citizens born into USA, so they were not Mexican. It's just that's the problem. Not for being Mexican or a legal immigrant, you're going to be bad one. So maybe convivence is not a problem. Maybe tolerance, be the tolerance will be.
Maybe yes. Maybe yes. Tolerance.
So it's pretty interesting what Fanny say, because it reminds me to Donald Trump's statements. Like he used to say that Mexico is not sending their best. They are sending robbers. They are sending pretty bad people to our nation. So that's why we have to build our wall. That's what he's saying. So, do you agree with those statements? Do you think it's something justifiable, or it's just justifiable?
The wall of the statements of Donald Trump.
The statements of Donald Trump.
No, I'm not agree with those statements because the behavior. I mean, you can define the behavior of somebody just because their origin.
Mhm. Yeah, that's right.
On more aspects of that people if you want to know how they're going to behave. Again,
Mhm. Do you
But
think? Yeah, Connie, go ahead.
okay, okay. Thanks. I think that in order, okay, is Trump build the wall? I think, in my opinion, the relationship between two countries would be at risk, and the people, American people and American Mexican people, maybe have a lot of problems between each other.
So, do
For
you
me,
think like mhm.
for me, it's affect this affect convivence or relationship between two countries.
What do you think about that?
I think it's about the culture, not about the general relationship between countries. I think it's about the culture from USA people. Well, not all, but there is a certain quantity of that people that they just believe that they are like the best people in the world, and the Mexican are dirty, are criminal, are less than them.
Okay, so that's pretty interesting. Do you think like there is like somehow a stereotype or other things involved in, not just in the statements of Donald Trump, but in the building of this wall? Do you think there are stereotypes related to that?
Naturally.
Mhm. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about something, or maybe you know a little bit how it works here in the United States. What happened is that um, there is still many stereotypes between races. So I was speaking with Amy. She is my host mom. She was born and raised here in the States. So she told me that most people here um, in this, that they are in prison, they are black people or how to say, Latinos. Yeah, you know. So, and also she told me that, for example, there is a boy, a white boy, just playing there in a park with a gun, it will be fine, you know. But then if a black boy will be playing with a gun there in a park, you wouldn't
Yeah.
see it the same way, you know. So do you
Eh,
think it's related to the building of the wall?
Mm, well, um,
eh,
yes, could be, but I have more a neutral position about it because illegal immigrants may be a problem if they are too many inside of USA. For the same reason I just told you before, because USA citizens are going to lose job opportunities, and also each country it have all the right to build a giant wall if they want. It's like I'm not totally disagree with that wall. I'm just saying, if they want to do it, they can.
Yeah, that's right. That's pretty interesting. Funny, were you going to say something related?
no, teacher, sorry, is that my son is broken sometimes. Sorry, teacher.
Oh no, sorry. I think it's the weather today. Yeah, so let's go with the next one. So in general, uh, taking into account everything we have spoken until now, in general, which effects do you think building the wall will have in Mexico's community? Who wants to begin?
Well, maybe it's going to difficult them to cross the border, and also maybe it can have a positive effect. Maybe it can just force the Mexican culture and the Mexican government to maybe you know work harder in order to improve that country, because that country is a country with high potential but it's really poor, and there is a lot of corruption there inside the government. There is corruption in all the governments around the world, but I just saying that um maybe it's um it's more easy to Mexico just to expect that the citizens just get away from that country instead of changing the conditions of living for each citizen. I don't know if I speak explaining myself clearly. I mean, maybe this situation, this condition, will force the government to develop better conditions for the citizens so they won't have to leave the country. Because now Mexico is really poor, but nobody does nothing because, well, they have the escape, which is United States.
Hmm.
Mhm. Okay, I think, in my opinion, some effects, negative effects, maybe, or in general, maybe increasing the risk of dying in order to Mexican, maybe if the Donald Trump build a wall, the Mexican look for another ways to enter the United States, another roads that could be more dangerous for Mexican people, maybe increasing the risk of dying. Um, Maybe if they look for other ways to enter to United States, maybe another ways or roads is dangerous, more dangerous. For example, maybe high temperatures
High
and
temperature.
low temperature. Yes, thanks. This is that is the Mexican people uh, can that
Right.
The most people, Mexican people, can that when they look for other ways to enter to the United States.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty
And
interesting.
the relationship will be in risks too, like I said previously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And the
so
economic too will be affect.
can it be affect?
Tell me, teacher.
How can this will affect the economy of Mexico?
Uh, Maybe because the both countries have I don't know how I say that contract maybe uh, between the two countries, relationship economic that benefit the two countries. In this case, when he construct or build a wall, uh, maybe through the river, maybe they the different I always say that different mm, um, I don't know things or how I say that a- atraviesan mucha ¿cómo se? Mercancía through that
Mm,
river. In this way, I see this affect the economy.
interesting. Okay, yeah. So thinking in everything that we were speaking about Mexican community, now let's see the other side of the wall. Which effects do you think building the wall uh, will have in North American community, Diana?
Well, the economy, because for example, the farmer from California, they have to hire if the wall be built. The farmers will have to pay like the fair quantity of money to the United States citizens that are going to work there as normal workers. So I think can be two effects, but different. I mean, or happen the number one, or happens the number two. Number one, United States starts mm, using more money to pay to use as citizens for a job that maybe in the past just illegal immigrants were doing. But for the other side, maybe USA is going to need to have more money because they don't have to deal with all this situation than before. I mean, paying less cops, paying less all the kind of things that they have to do for just like searching the immigrants illegal and just chasing them. I don't know. It's a kind of really complicated situation, and I don't want my opinion sounds cold or bad. I'm just trying to be realistic. It's just my personal opinion.
Okay. So, Fanny, what do you think about it?
Maybe they lost good workers. Uh, Companies, American companies lost good workers because they say that the Mexican people is a good workers. Maybe in this case, in a negative effects, maybe uh, the people, American people, could be rejected to the other countries, to the other countries toward the United States people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In negative way, teacher.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Now that I see the situation between Mexico and North America, do you think it can be compared with the situation of Venezuela and Colombia?
Yes, it can be.
Do you think it's similar? And how similar it will be?
Well, not complete similar, of course, but because I have heard from many friends, they are complaining about there is a lot of Venezuelans here currently, and they are just taking jobs from Colombian people because of course they are getting less paid, so they are using less money from the owners of the place. And I just heard that there is also a lot of Venezuelans people that they are criminal and they are being thief and they are scam a lot. Scamming is the is correct, scamming, and they're scamming a lot. So I would say can be similar.
Fanny,
Yes, I
what do you
agree
think
with
about
you.
it? Mhm.
I think I agree with Diana because in this moment here in Colombia, we had a lot of visitors, Venezuelan people, and I think the Colombian people lost opportunities about job because the Venezuelan people I don't know how I say that. Or maybe get, or maybe Colombian company, hire Colombia, Venezuela, sorry, Venezuelan people, mm? in a lot money.
Mhm.
Mm? For that reason, Colombian people lost a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, so as I see it, it seems like it can affect the economy of Colombia, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, something that the place that I was living back when I was there in Colombia was actually in the limits with Venezuela. So I was living in Saravena, Arauca. I was raised and also born there. So it was pretty interesting because I could see the whole picture of this illegal immigration. You know, like we somehow can understand comparing the situation between Venezuela and Colombia. I can understand better the situation between Mexico and North America. And you know, when I was living there in Saravena, Arauca, you could see lots of Venezuelan people. There is, you know, there are some people that comes to work in, you know, something good, you know, work maybe in houses as maids or something like that, housekeeping or. But then there were some people that were like they work in bad jobs, you know, like prostitution or anything like that. And what was common about everything was that they asked less money for the work than a Colombian person will have. So Colombian people will have less opportunities, as you were saying, and also it's difficult sometimes to have control of the people coming to the country, right?
Hmm.
So that's some of the problems that I found while living there in Saravena, Arauca, and really reminds me to everything that you have said before. Okay, so let's go with the next one. And finally, do you think building a wall among Mexico and the US is the solution to illegal immigration, and why?
It's not, but it will be helpful, but it's not the solution.
Why?
because the solution for that will be fix the poverty inside Mexico. And for that, you have to change corruption, and for that, you have to change culture. So I think it's more complex than just building a giant wall. However, this will just will make it harder for the illegal immigrants, so they are going to be less the people who cross the border.
Yeah.
Okay, in my opinion, it is not the solution. I think they should look for another alternatives. Maybe they could reach agreements, mutual cooperation, maybe, or maybe each country they should establish rule or regulation in each country, in order to uh, have agreements between two and establish rule maybe in order to respect for internal rules in each country.
hmm
Maybe
So, you think that would be the solution for resolving this, or just uh, how to say, yeah, for somehow resolving this problem?
yes, maybe that is maybe Donald Trump say your statements, but he doesn't ask to government Mexican government doesn't ask this country your opinion, your opinion. That's establish your statement without ask to Mexico.
Mm. Yeah, so it is funny that Donald Trump was saying like, "Oh, who is going to pay for this wall is going to be Mexico," and then the Mexican president was like, "What? Who is going to? How is he going to do that?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I'm not
I
going to
think
pay
that.
for that." hmm Yeah, he said something like that. So, again, comparing both situations, Colombia, Venezuela, uh, United States with Mexico, do you think building a wall, for example, between Venezuela and Colombia will be a solution for illegal immigrant?
Yes, I
Oh,
think that.
well, I I think yes, could be a solution, but it's going to bring a war between those countries, between Colombia and Venezuela. I mean, that would be like like a slap on Venezuela face. I mean,
On Maduro's face too.
yeah. So the people will, yes, but I mean, it's going to be a solution, but Colombia be ready because it's going to be war, and I'm sure that into that war, Russia is going to get involved, and United States, and hold the honor. Like, oh my God, I don't want even think about it.
What do you think about it, Fanny?
Uh, yes, I think Colombian government should reach agreement with the Venezuelan government, establish rules and rules in order to respect each one the laws here in Colombia,
hmm
because here in Colombia there are a lot of Venezuelans, but Colombia receives all people, the I don't know, so much country. But here, government should establish rules, immigration rules.
Mhm. Yeah, that's right. Sounds pretty good. Do you have you girls been like affected somehow by the situation between Venezuela and Colombia?
Yes, of course. I think um, in several things, maybe economic, politics, um, relationship between people, Colombian people and Venezuelan people too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what is your attitude towards Venezuelan people coming here or well coming there to Colombia to work illegally?
Mm. Well, Colombia actually is asking visa for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but still, well, at least in the place I was, they were some illegal immigrants. You could say because sometimes the police could come over and take some people with them and just send them back to the country. Well, at least in the place I used to live, it happens there. hmm Yeah. So, okay. Well, okay, so we are reaching the end of this session. So, do you have any conclusions about the topic?
I conclude that it's a very complex, very complex subject because you can see the things according the view of USA citizens, or you can see the things according view of Mexican citizens. And I think there is not only a version, there is not only a truth here, and it's about many.
Yeah.
Okay, Fanny, what do you think
Okay.
about it?
And I don't know, maybe I want to say that I got a lot of information about that topic that I didn't know. I investigate about that, and I learned a lot of information about that. That is my opinion. My
Yeah,
conclusion is a good topic in order to learn about another country, maybe.
yeah, about what is going on in the world, right?
Yes,
To
yes,
recognize that Colombia problems aren't just Colombia's problems, like other countries in the world are having just the same problem. So, okay, we hope that the future will bring us many good things and the things gets better instead of being war and corruption and everything. And maybe we can just uh, advance and to a better society. Okay, so thank you for being here in this session. I
thanks,
don't know
teacher.
if it will be the last opportunity to speak with you. So I just want to say that I really enjoyed having you here with me in this session, and I going to really miss you girls.
Oh, thank you.
Me too, teacher. Thanks a lot of for your time, for share with me your experience, teacher. Thanks.
Oh no, thank you, Fanny. Yeah,
Very much also
thank you, Diana.
time for be patient for everything. Thank you very much, and I
Yes.
hope I don't know if you
Diana,
the next level of English encounters. I don't know if you're I don't know how it works, but I don't know if
yes.
you're going to meet again. It will be a pleasure.
Diana,
Okay.
please, sorry, teacher. Diana, ¿te gustaría practicar conmigo, por fin?
Sí, claro.
By Skype, maybe? By Skype?
Yes, okay.
Okay, can you give me your Skype, please, or your full
I'm
name? Full name?
I'm going to type it here on chat.
Okay. Thanks, teacher. Sorry.
It's okay. That's nice that you are practicing together. It's pretty good.
Gracias.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Okay,
Bye.
Okay. Have a wonderful night.
you too. Thank you, Nisa.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Thanks a
Okay.
lot. Bye. Bye.
Bye bye. Okay. It was the end of the session. Bye bye.